Now, here's what Romney doesn't do. All this talk about Romney 15% and his speech income, he doesn't know how much is how little and so forth. Let me tell you what Romney doesn't do. Romney has not played over 90 rounds of golf in 3 years while everybody is suffering. Romney has not flown all over the world on the federal government's dime. Romney has not had lavish parties and concerts on the public's dime. Romney has not lived like a king on other people's money. He has not sent his wife on government jets 4 hours ahead of him to the same destination. Romney is not responsible, nor is any other Republican, for the 16% unemployment, real unemployment in this country. Romney is not responsible for increased fuel and food costs. He's not responsible for any of this. That would be Obama, who pretends to care about the middle class, but lives like a king at the public trough. Mitt Romney's not the problem. Newt Gingrich isn't the problem. Rick Perry, Rick Santorum, not the problem. We find ourselves in this mess because of Barack Obama. And here come some people who want to dramatically change course, reverse course. And all we get in the news media is what a bunch of reprobates they are, when every one of them is a fine human being. Every one of them's a decent person. Every one of them's an average American in their own ways. Obama is not. His wife is not. Now, if the left wants to discuss this kind of thing and the media wants to talk about it, let's talk about it. What financial sacrifices have the Obamas made? What money of theirs do they have that is theirs, that they have earned? How many no-show jobs has Michelle Obama had? How many people get to spend other people's money like they do and then act like they're entitled to do it in the midst of so much economic suffering throughout the country? Mitt Romney's not up there telling people don't go to Las Vegas, don't go to resorts. Mitt Romney's not up there promising to focus laser-like on jobs and then not do it. Mitt Romney hasn't grown the federal budget by $5 trillion. Do you realize that Barack Obama has already spent the federal budget for the 2 years of the next administration, whoever's in charge of it? He's already spent it. The entire federal budget for fiscal 2013 and 2014 is already spent. That's how much money Obama spent. Romney hadn't spent a dime of it. Nor has Newt Gingrich. The entire federal budget for 2 years after Obama loses in 2012 already spent, folks. How much money did Mitt Romney throw at Solyndra? How much of your money did Mitt Romney throw at Solyndra and all of these other green energy companies? How many automobile companies did Mitt Romney take over with your money and then demand they start making cars that nobody wants? Did Mitt Romney turn down the Keystone Pipeline? Is Mitt Romney responsible for rising energy costs and depleting energy supplies? Barack Obama. All of this is Barack Obama. Every ounce of misery, economic misery in this country, is directly traceable to the Oval Office and the offices of Pelosi and Reid and every other Democrat on Capitol Hill and every Democrat staff member. Mitt Romney had anything to do. Mitt Romney's tax rate is not responsible for one deleterious thing that has happened to any person in this country. Mitt Romney has done more to empower and enrich individuals with Bain Capital and the other things he's done at the Olympics than Barack Obama could ever hope to do, because Barack Obama's done nothing but ruin people's lives. And we want to talk about Mitt Romney's 15% tax rate, how much he makes on speeches. While we don't talk about Bill Clinton's $82 million in speeches. His average fee of $181,000 a speech. Mitt Romney had nothing to do with the subprime mortgage crisis. Mitt Romney had nothing to do with the bottoming out of the housing market. Mitt Romney had nothing to do with half this country losing the value of its number one asset, its home. And nor did Newt Gingrich, and neither did Rick Perry or Rick Santorum. What are we talking about here? Mitt Romney has not traveled to a foreign country and apologized for America anytime, anywhere, any place. Nor has Newt Gingrich, nor has Rick Santorum or Rick Perry. Not one decision that has led to economic disaster in this country, the decline of this country, has been made by Newt Gingrich or Rick Santorum or Mitt Romney or Rick Perry or Michelle Bachmann or John Huntsman, any of the others that have sought the Republican nomination. And in all of this economic downturn, I ask you, what financial sacrifices the Obamas made? So one thing Romney could say, if I'm elected president, I will actually be taking a pay cut. But for Barack Obama, the presidency was a path to becoming a millionaire. The presidency is going to cost Mitt Romney money. The presidency was a path to wealth for Barack Obama and for Bill Clinton. Now, you want to talk about morality and decency and who's a good guy and who cares about the little guy and so forth? This is all a crock, folks. This is all the way this silly game is played. And, of course, it's frustrating for us that there's apparently not a candidate that thinks like I am articulating things here. I know it's frustrating. But this is what happens when there's not a genuine conservative. Newt comes close in his moments where he shines. I know. If somebody said something like this in a debate, the standing O would never end. It would, the moderators would lose total control of the debate. And plus, everything I said has an added benefit. It's all true. None of it's made up. In fact, I just scratched the surface. Nobody ever says this kind of stuff to Obama's face. They asked him yesterday, well, I asked Jay Carney, well, what about the college transcript? Well, it's not important. It's not relevant. What do you mean he's the king? I have to tell you that. Just their attitude.